Hello and welcome to another episode of Photopeeps, the photography channel, and we have another guest with us today. Besides Daniel, Big D's running late, we have Ellis Wood. So welcome Ellis to Photopeeps, how are you?
Yeah, good. No, it's nice to be on the channel. I'm glad you've invited me, so yeah, it'd be nice to have a conversation and see how it goes.
Yeah, and I know Daniel's itching to get in there, so go on Daniel, get the first question into
I think I'm going to go straight in, like I say. Nearly every image I see of yours, Ellis, you always got elevation.
Yeah.
You're always very, very high. Is that something you aim to always do, or is it just something just falls into place? Like I see very little at ground level. It's always basically from the top.
I've got into photography about 5 years ago. You might be even on to that, but I started off just wanting to shoot the stars and do astrophotography, and then I did astro on a mountain. I was like, oh my god, I love the mountains. I want to kind of be in the mountains more, and that opened the world up for me there on in. And with that, I just feel there's always a bit more when you've done an image and you've put a bit of work to get to a location. Physically, there's just a bit more. It means a bit more to me, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
There's a lot. It's a lot to do with that. Or even at ground level, you can put the work in a different way. So, like researching a location, scouting an area a lot, and returning to it. It's a different kind of work, but so they those kind of images mean a lot too. But yeah, it's just I suppose the hard work element of and just enjoying the views. Not even if you don't get a good picture, just enjoying the view.
Yeah, obviously when you're high up, you get that vast vista as well.
Yeah,
I mean, some of your images you've sent us, which you'll see in a bit, peeps, is some of these are absolutely phenomenal, really are.
I suppose there's another thing as well. So if you've got elevation, you see certain weather phenomena and stuff happening in the atmosphere that you don't see at ground level. So like backlit rain showers coming in and carving the shapes in the mountains and rock inspectors, cloud inversions, that kind of thing.
You get them all, don't you? You get them all. I mean, take anything, you get back what you put in.
Yeah, precisely.
And like you said there, you put a lot of effort in. And from what I've seen, what's your kit bag like? Is it weight-wise? Is it quite substantial?
It's quite heavy. The tripod's pretty weighty. It's the iFootage 7, I think, and then 3 lenses and a camera body. Obviously, vlogging, I vlog with my camera and I've got a little DJI, so that's quite light. Water, food, winter's a heavy pack. Where everything, yeah, but I don't really take much notice of that. If sometimes I'm just like 1 foot forward.
Back on.
Yeah.
Off and away you go.
Yeah, precisely. Yeah.
Do you use hiking poles or like that when you go as well?
Oh, I do now. I don't know if you guys use them, but I do now. Yeah, it's more coming down.
Yeah,
down. It saves them easy, doesn't it?
Yeah, I do. They're absolute godsend.
Yeah, going up into the lungs and coming down into the knees.
Yeah, but you can literally be. There could be a shot you want 5 minutes from the car. It's up maybe a steep hill or a scree slope, and even then I'm like, oh, I wish I brought my hat because I don't save them there because it's not a long walk. But you get to it, it's literally 5 minutes from your car. It's like, oh, I wish I might. So you might take it out every single time.
Yeah.
Oh, so if you had the choice in between the mountains or the woods, it's to the mountains.
Yeah. Sometimes you can get both in one, and that's great.
Yeah.
that's like you strike gold, and you can get a few trees and hills in the same picture. But
yeah. So, what region are you based in then, Dennis?
North Wales. So, most famous kind of Denby, little town, northeast Wales. You've got Morfama in the Clwydian Range, runs adjacent to Denby, but then I'm an hour east of Snowdonia at Eddy. So an hour east, just over the Denby Moors, and you're straight to the area. So I can get to Capel Currig. I don't know, you might have been there.
Been there once, yeah.
Yeah. So I can get to Capel Currig in about 45-50 minutes. So it's pretty ideal. Like you said, if you got a good forecast, you guys have probably got your locations you can go to if the conditions are here. And that's kind of an area for me.
I think I'm 45-50 minutes from Keswick.
Decent.
Yeah. Yep. So like yourself, it's. Yeah. You can decide literally on the day.
Yeah.
On the day what the weather's like. And for me, that's like me and Daz have said the past a few times with these weather apps. I don't trust them. I do not trust these weather apps. I don't. Open the curtains. That's the weather.
Yeah.
Right. Go.
Yeah.
Just go.
It is,
No, Wales. Wales is a fantastic area. I've been once, like I say, and we mentioned on the previous podcast with Daz and that. We hope to get there next year. We really do.
Yeah. Give me a shout. If you do
100%.
around, give me a shout.
100%.
Show you around. It's lovely.
On your YouTube channel, we've seen a lot from Scotland. If you had to choose from Scotland or Wales, where would you go?
Oh, don't do this. I'm going to subscribers. It'd probably be Scotland, but there's a lot of Welsh people who've been to Scotland who might tend to agree with me. But what I will say is that I wouldn't be going to Scotland if it wasn't for Wales. The mountains around this area have kind of opened my eyes up to that area. And I still cherish the hills I walk up and the landscapes I go around here still just as much as the first day. But Scotland's it's so vast, basically. Yeah.
A bit grander.
It is.
I think like I don't know about you guys, but I personally take the Lake District for granted because it's on my doorstep.
Yeah.
So if I was to choose between Lake District and Scotland, I would pick Scotland also because it's somewhere I don't have the luxury of going week in, week out.
No. Were you at was it Glencoe, Fort William, was it?
Yeah, Glencoe and
Yeah.
Fort Augustus. Yeah,
lovely.
in November there.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
it's
So I think you appreciate it more having a different area of the country, if you like.
yeah. No, definitely. It's stunning.
Yeah, possibly, yeah. Right, so let's get into some of these images then, because some of these are going to be quite different. I mean, we've been talking about Ellis's mountain photography, but some of these, you're in for a bit of a treat.
There's a variety.
This is the first one.
So
This is, obviously this isn't mountain, but this is just phenomenal, is this? The bokeh balls in this.
Yeah.
Give us a talk through this, Ellis. How did you achieve this?
well, and this totally going against everything I've just said. You work hard for your image, and I went up with Sam Bowes. You might know Sam Bowes.
Yep.
Yeah, so we went up. Yeah, and that really nice lad. Went up to Glen Affric. It's quite an icy road, and he's like, right, you do the driving. You've got a better vehicle, so fair play. He drove us up, and we just parked up because the conditions were stunning. We had fog. It was fairly cold. It was just on the transition between like frost. That makes sense. It was just not cold enough for frost, but it was nearly there. But I had these water droplets who were literally maybe half a metre away from me.
All right.
And the silver birch was probably 3 or 4 metres away from me. Oh, here we go.
That's Daz's IT team.
Yeah. Better than me.
Yeah, team manager.
He's got his IT manager involved again.
Yep.
You okay, mate?
He's looking a bit dapper tonight, is Daz.
Yeah, he's made an effort tonight.
Yeah.
His IT manager dressed him.
Has he got Under Armour underneath it?
No, I want a cup of tea now. Thank you.
Right, waitress service as well.
That's great, yeah. That's perfect.
This needs to stay in, by the way. This needs to stay in.
Yeah, we'll keep it in.
Absolutely.
You've got it.
Been on beer all night.
Go on. You were saying, Ellis, about these water droplets on this one.
Yeah, so, and then the thing like about this image, you look through your camera, you get your settings done, you zoom in, and then it's just a completely different world in your camera to what you see with your own eyes.
Yeah.
And it was just the vision of creating a whole new world. Because you're not going to see this with your own eyes.
No.
You need a bit of camera trickery, and then it was just that really, how you're opening up a new world. It just had a bit of a festive feel to it.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, like Christmas baubles is kind of what I went for.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's okay, yeah. But no, I was happy with that one.
Yeah. What sort of focal length do you take this at? So it looks like you're in at about 150, 200 mil, something like that.
It was between 100 and 200.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I just I made sure like the dangly twig on the left was in focus.
Yep.
But it's quite hard. Pictures like this, I find it's quite hard to know what you want to focus on.
Yes, because it's quite intimate, isn't it?
Yeah, and you can't focus stack shots like this. You need to just have your one area, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then,
And
but,
it,
yeah,
it works so well, though. Really does.
no, I was happy with it.
So, and leading on to the next one, which is going to be very similar.
Well, a bit of a theme here, isn't it?
Yeah.
And also the theme is this was literally right outside the car as well in Capel Currig.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I just see similar concept, but like because this was later in the day, so you've not got the purple hues which was from sunrise in the previous image.
Yeah.
Whereas this is more midday light in winter.
Yeah, it's a bit cooler, isn't it?
Yeah,
this one?
yeah. So, but a similar concept, just like I was trying to arrange the bokeh balls to fit in between the trees. So I tried to get the one in the middle of the branches to fit in there perfectly.
Yeah.
I've just seen that, yeah.
Yeah, because it was crossing over the branches, so I was trying to get that in there. But no, again, I was happy with this one too.
Yeah. And that's working on composition again, isn't it? Just getting that separation right.
Yeah.
Really taking your time, and like the fact that you noticed that bokeh ball, if you like,
Yeah.
and you like I said, you've used it and you've worked with it rather than against it.
Yeah. No, precisely. And then there's kind of ones. There's a branch like reaching out on the bottom of the frame, but you've got like 4 or 5 bokeh balls on there. One that's got a blue tinge, and they're like coming off the branch. But that's what I was going for anyway.
That image there. Have you seen them prints where they print them on aluminium?
Right. Okay.
That'd look really nice on one of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Like glossy aluminium.
I like metallic look, metal look. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be lovely. That.
Mm.
Thank you.
There you go. A nice Christmas present for someone. Get it printed on aluminium.
I do need to print it. Yeah.
Mm.
Right, then let's go on to the next one. This is an absolute stormer.
It's just so simple.
Yeah.
It's just so simple.
You mentioned before, Ellis, about weather fronts coming towards you and that when you're up in the mountains.
Yeah.
And this image is just encapsulates that what you mentioned earlier.
Yeah. So after put this in a video, I did like a just walk video where you just go for a walk and see what happens. Because you get those days where you're driving around and it's like I don't know what to do. But in that meantime, you're missing some nice conditions.
Yeah.
But if you just go for a walk down a random valley or glen, don't have any expectations and just see what happens. And this was kind of one of them. So this is not like scouted or anything. We just stumbled across this silver birch. Yeah.
Yeah, and the rain coming towards you.
Yeah.
The rainbow. It's just.
Yeah, everything kind of came together for it. It was one of my favourites from the recent trip to Scotland, actually.
Nice, and that's all you need to do, isn't it? Just go for a walk with your camera.
Yeah,
and that's it.
Don't have any. It's ironic because in the next valley along is Glenfinnan.
All right,
and you've got thousands of people at the viaduct. Yeah, and then,
yeah.
So and this valley is completely desolate, but it's as a crow flies maybe 5 miles.
All right,
yeah,
nice,
lovely.
Ellis mentioned there he did a video. What we'll do, we'll leave the links to his YouTube channel below anyway, so you need to go click some of them out because when he's up in the mountains, you should see some of the images he gets from there and some of the videos. You're in for a treat for that. You really are in for a treat.
Yeah, I know. Thank you very much. Cheers, guys.
You're in for a treat with some of these other next images as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah, so I suppose this one goes again. Obviously, the last two have been quite roadside image. Literally, step outside the car taken. This is looking over to Fionn Loch, and I was on the way to Avarsion, which is basically the most remote Munro in Scotland.
Right.
I don't know if it's the most remote mountain, but it's the most remote Munro. There's quite a lot of disputes between what's more remote, places in Cairngorm, places in Fisherfield, but it's fairly remote. But it was such a good path. Right to the top that it was fairly simple.
Right.
And then I got to this camp spot, and then it was just the view was amazing.
Yeah, and this foreground, that's just fantastic with the light just
leading lines as well.
I got pretty lucky because I don't know if you guys have had it where you see a foreground and you just like go and plonk the camera and take the picture. You don't even need to find anything. You see it straight away. So it was a nice, really nice view.
And you mentioned you were camping up there as well.
Yeah, so I did so it's about a 20-kilometre walk from the village on the west to where I camped, and then obviously 20 kilometres back.
Glutton for punishment, but well rewarded.
Honestly,
Oh, well worth
I
it.
recommend anyone kind of going and testing yourself to go there. It's not too. I was saying to a couple of my mates, I've done harder walks that have been like a kilometre, where I felt more
Right.
danger than this. It's fairly basic, but the views are amazing.
Yeah, I mean that is stunning, is that?
Like
Yeah.
I said earlier, you get back what you put in.
Yeah, I just had to crop my tripod leg was just here. When you ultra wide.
Yeah. What was this shot at?
This would have been full 17. My widest is 17, so this would have been 17.
Oh, nice.
17 mil, yeah.
Yeah, and that just brings that foreground right into the frame, doesn't
Oh,
it?
it does sit down it. Yeah, no, I was really, really happy with this one.
Oh, nice. Right. We're going to be halfway through, but look at this. And
Look at the layers on
again,
that.
that foreground just leading you straight in,
Yeah.
straight out.
Yeah, no surprising this is from Scotland again. This was another wild camp, so this is in Torridon. You've basically got your big three in Torridon. You've got Ben A, which is what we camped on, Lear, which is the one I'm shooting, and then you can see the side of Ben Allergan just to the right.
All right.
They're the big three kind of mountains in Torridon, yeah. But the wild camp was pretty stunning.
Oh, it looks it.
About 20 degrees on the top, and in the Northwest Highlands, 20 degrees on the top camping. It's
What?
like so hot. Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
My God. Is that a cloud inversion you got there as well?
Yeah, it's actually broken up this side, but you've got a more grander view. Back over to the behind me, it was a lot more dense cloud.
All right.
Yeah, but the hills are a bit further away.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
That light is amazing, though, isn't it?
Oh, got lucky.
That light is nice.
But it's one of
Layers
them.
as well.
It's one of them because we had first light. It was one of those inversions where there wasn't a cloud in the sky at the start, but I think about half an hour, 40 minutes later, the light was better. It was just giving the mountain a bit more structure and detail. The light was a bit too soft at the start, if that makes sense.
Right.
But it was very weak, and it just this one kind of preferred basically.
Oh, nice. And your wide angle again?
Yeah, so I would have shot this with a Canon. So this was probably about 20.
Right.
About 20, yeah.
What is your go-to lens in the mountains? Are you torn
Probably-
between the telephoto and the wide angle, or is it mainly wide angle?
Yeah, I do like a wide angle because I get a bit of a buzz out of finding a really nice foreground that complements the mountains in the background.
Yeah.
So that'll be my go-to one. I'd probably say the least one. So basically, any lens I use for woodland, I'd kind of don't use. There's no good for mountains. So my 24-70, I should really just like keep that at home.
Yeah.
Because you're either going all the way in or you're going kind of wide. So
Going quite wide, yeah.
I don't know why I'd take it with me actually.
Yeah, glutton for punishment for the
I know.
weight.
I know. Yeah, but probably the wide angle.
Nice. Right, let's go to the next one.
That-
This is quite
that's-
recent, is this?
Yeah.
Yeah. When I first seen this, I thought it was on Mars or the moon or something.
Oh, it's mental.
That is unbelievable.
Oh, it was. I was kind of expecting a
Stunning.
White Walker just to crawl around the side of the rocks.
Yeah, it gives you that sort of effect, doesn't it?
Yeah. This was on Gliddervark. I always get Gliddervark and Glidderval mixed up, so I might get corrected. But yeah, so again, this was another cloud invasion day, but with the layer of cloud came a thick layer of frost above it.
Ooh.
So anything below the cloud there was no frost. Anything above it, there was thick frost. I've never seen anything like it. And it was just giving.
The textures in that is amazing.
Yeah, it's
you
giving
mentioned
such
before about them weather phenomenons, and you've just explained it there. That's the one reason why you do it.
Yeah. These conditions are like you don't really get them. Sometimes you get them down below, but not a lot. But I don't know if I class this as a mountain image. I don't know. It's more.
It's more of an intimate scene, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I don't know what it is. You might be able to define it better than me.
Yeah.
But it just there's just something about it. The rocks at the bottom from either side bring you straight in,
Yeah.
and then the spikes in the middle. Yeah,
I'd like it. Like I said, if you're feeling energetic, I'd recommend getting up here. Yeah, it's definitely worth it.
yeah. Oh, nice. It's another totally different image. Even though you're out on the mountains, it's not a vista or anything like that, is it? It's just
Well,
an intimate part of it.
It's not your classic foreground light mountain background. It's more, it's like you said, it's got a different feel
Yeah,
to it.
Yeah, it's nice, really nice. What do you think of this one, Daz?
I like it, mate. I really like it.
Yeah, it's just different, isn't it?
Nice,
Nice
top left-hand corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
So was that sunset or sunrise?
That was. I don't do sunrise anymore. I'm getting up early. Sunset. I only do a sunrise when I'm camping.
Right.
That's a good shout, is that?
Yeah. It's sunset. Yeah, sunset.
Right. So you're a sunset shooter, are you?
Yeah, lazy.
Right, mate.
What I will say, I actually bought a lens cleaning kit the other day. This was filthy because you've got all the particles, and I've got the Nikon Z8. It's got a shutter, but all the particles in the cloud. I took this shot and there was spots everywhere.
All right.
I spent an hour cleaning it, and then I've got a sensor cleaning kit now.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you've had any issues with dust spots and stuff, but honestly, they were everywhere on this.
Right. No, well, I've had a few. I've a tiny blower with me in my bag.
Yeah.
And on Friday we had a thick fog, and every time I change the lens, I'll just give it a quick blower.
Yeah.
And the blower's only a couple of inches. That's it.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Because fog can be a nightmare to get on your gear, right?
But I also use Luminar Neo as a plugin.
Right.
And one thing on there that I use all the time, and I only use it for Luminar Neo, is the erase dust spots. One click can do 100 dust spots easy.
Oh, that's amazing.
And that's it.
The only thing is, if I had one with dust spots, the pictures I do with the bokeh balls, would it get rid of all them as well?
Yeah, well, you could try it.
Yeah, no, that's good to know though, because it can be a bit of a nightmare if you've.
It can. Yeah,
this was a nightmare cleaner.
I mean, I've used Luminar Neo for years,
right.
but only as a plugin for Lightroom, and I use it to finish off my woodland images, and I use it for dust spots. If I forgot to use the blower or like that, and I've got hundreds of dust spots on it, I'll use it then.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a godsend.
Right, now that's good to know.
Let's go on to the next one. Because again...
Oh my God.
Yeah. Talk about leading lines.
Yeah.
You've got that lovely zigzag going through there, and the layers upon layers on them, and the light hitting the peaks.
And again, elevation again, look.
Yeah. So this is Skura Vane. So it's about 1,100 metres high, and you're doing a lot in Glen Nevis, Fort William way. You're doing a lot from sea level. So you're doing the full 1,100, and I was with Benjamin Barendrecht. You might know his name.
Oh yeah. We met Ben in Isle of Skye a few years ago.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I know he's a cracking lad, but I wouldn't have gone up here if it wasn't with him, because there was a lot of I'd used crampons and ice axe, and it was a really vertical kind of hill we were going up, and it was kind of really compact snow. If you slip, you're gone.
Yeah, safety numbers.
Yeah. So it was just good to be with him. So I was so lucky to kind of get to this area.
Is he local to the area then? Is he?
Yes, he's Glencoe way, so he knows all these hills.
You've got local knowledge and you've got local advice, if you like.
Yeah, he still took me up the wrong path going to here, though. Well, you know this area, mate. But apart from that, genuinely, is when it gets into this kind of stuff, he's great.
Yeah, he's a mountain leader as well, isn't he?
Yeah. So he was like teaching me self-rest and all that. So it was handy to know.
Safety as well, like I say. Very safe.
I mean, you can look at this for ages, and you can see more and more light on them peaks on the left-hand side, and it's just...
Did you say this were recent?
This was last winter, so I think it was January. We had a week of high pressure, so I think a storm had come in, and brought a lot of snow down. And then a week after that, it was just high pressure. So there was no snow for like a week, just cold, but it didn't melt because it was so cold.
Yeah.
It was just cold, crisp days for a week. And luckily, I had that week in Scotland. I was so lucky.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I don't know
So is it just winter time you go to Scotland, and do you go in autumn or even spring or summer? Is it just winter time?
I try winter, autumn. I've been in all seasons.
Right.
I'd say summer's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Summer's a bit of a, in terms of the weather, the midges, ticks, and all the.
Yeah. I've noticed this, like a lot of your images are winter themed.
Yeah. So just you get a better quality light there as well.
Yeah.
In the winter,
definitely, 100%.
Yeah, you get that lot lower light, don't you, coming across?
Yeah,
soft as well.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Infused.
So
yeah.
No, the last winter this one.
Oh, nice. But yeah, just everything that goes with this, it's just, absolutely stunning. Right. And talking of stunning, is this a selfie?
Well, I used to do loads, Loads of selfies. I've kind of stopped recently, but yeah, you probably would class it as one, wouldn't you?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But it's more the story about it. So you've got like your kind of your ghostly figure on the hills looking over rather than a selfie, if that makes sense. It just looks like someone from another world or another dimension.
Yeah, it does.
Looking across.
That Brocken Spectre, though, it's layered as well, isn't it?
Well, the fog bow was insane. So we went up Lear for this one. And we were on the cusp of the cloud inversion the whole day. But the good thing about being rather than being above the cloud, being on the cusp, you just get these strange weather conditions. The clouds coming in and out of the peaks. It's quite hard being above it when it's blue sky above you.
Right.
But being in and amongst it, but you've got the sun coming through as well. Just being right on the cusp, you can get some pretty unique conditions.
Yeah, I mean, this is stunning. You mentioned before about all the weather phenomenons and stuff. I think we've seen quite a few of why you go up into the mountains to get all this weather.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty. This was riddled with dust spots as well.
There's a theme coming here, isn't there?
Yeah.
If you go up in the mountains, you're getting dust spots.
I think the boat dust spots. I need to clean it.
You mentioned you got the Nikon Z8.
Yeah.
Has that got the shutter on the front? The plane
it has,
shutter
it has, yeah. So I'm starting to think how the hell it's so filthy, but it might have been one time because I forgot to turn my camera off and change lenses, and it's just come in the fog.
Right, yeah.
So you got to turn your camera off, and it's completely shut.
Yeah, it's a heavy bit of kit, is that, isn't it, for mountains? It's the old Z8.
Yeah, but I had a Canon before it. The Canon was a bit heavier, so for me, it felt a bit lighter compared to my older camera being heavier. Yeah. So, but it is got, mind you, the Z9's a lot bigger and weightier, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but no, it's a great camera. It's not let me down yet. So, enjoying shooting with it.
Yeah. Oh, nice. That's what it is. It doesn't matter what gear you've got, as long as you enjoy shooting with a camera you currently own or whatever. It's worth it.
Yeah, precisely.
Right. Going on to this one. This is, I think, the images you've sent through. I absolutely love this.
Yeah.
It's that peak coming down from the right hand side, all them jagged rocks, and the wall that leads you up onto that middle peak.
Yeah.
It just takes you straight through the photo, does this?
No,
it really does.
This was we hiked up. So this is Ichleffer looking towards Rhinogvar.
Right.
Pretty rugged part of Snowdonia. It's stunning. But this was you get a couple of days in a year where it's like Flying Ant Day or something. All the ants. I don't know if you've been in the woods where you've noticed it, and there's just flying ants everywhere. And it was so we're having to like waft and shoot because there was so many. We were like streaking in the pictures, so I was having to like waft the camera, take a shot, waft the camera.
Yeah.
To get so we weren't getting the streaks of the flying ants because they were. So that's probably the story behind this shot. Yeah.
Worth it though.
Oh yeah, no, the view's
Definitely
amazing.
worth
So.
it.
And this was my first time up here, so I was so lucky.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So was that another camp then, or was that just a day out?
What's that? Sorry.
Was this another camp, an overnight camp, or was it just a day out?
A day out this, so we hiked in and out. So about an hour 10 up and down. So it's not too bad.
Yeah, that's not bad at all, is it?
Yeah, if you're doing a lot of places, if you're doing the smaller hikes in Eddie, the drives can be a nightmare. So it's more the drive to get here was a bit kind of wild.
Yeah.
But the walk was fine.
And we rewarded yet again.
Yeah.
It's just you get rewarded for doing these.
Yeah. You do, because you have plenty of failures as well, don't you? I had many hikes, which I still enjoy. I still enjoy the walk. So
yeah,
you've got to enjoy the bad days as well.
Yeah, but that's the beauty of landscape photography, isn't it? You don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
If you knew what you're going to get all the time, I think it'd be boring.
No, you're right. No, it'd be completely pointless. So
yeah, if you don't know what you're going to get, then it adds to the anticipation of the images.
Yeah, just that unpredictable factor, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
I think it makes you a better photographer as well, because you have to react to the weather conditions.
Yeah,
you might have a certain image or a certain location in mind, and have all your settings dialed in.
Yeah.
But if something changes, and you've got to react to it quick.
Yeah,
I think you need to know your kit to react to that.
Yeah, no, it completely makes sense. I will say on that one, I've had days where I've had unbelievable conditions and weather. It's been a fleeting moment, and I've actually not made the most of it, and I've walked away with the image and thought, I could have got something a bit better. I don't know if you've had those days.
Oh,
You've had amazing conditions, even like amazing subjects as well.
Yeah,
and I've just failed to get the image that I wanted. But
I've done that a lot.
Yeah,
it's a learning curve.
Yeah, precisely.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, definitely.
I don't know if you guys have been in the woodlands and you've had the great foggy conditions, but the trees haven't quite been photogenic in those conditions, or you've hit the wrong woodland or something. Because I've done that in the woods as well.
Yeah, we had very similar on Friday. Me and Big D went to one on Friday, and we were just, because we had the dense fog, it sort of got overwhelming.
Right, I was going to say that. Yeah, I get overwhelmed at new locations sometimes.
Yeah.
And you were running around like a madman.
I always do. Yeah, I always do. But yeah. And the final image. This one is.
Yeah. So
these need printing, Ellis. Oh, we've done some prints of these.
I know. I do need to print them. This is Craig Meggie. So it's a big mountain plateau in the Mid Highlands, I suppose. Right. Kind of east of Ben Nevis and the Grey Corries.
Yeah.
But it's a big mountain massive, and then we walked about 5 kilometers and got to about 600 meters, but the freezing level was 800.
Oof.
So I wanted to get an extra couple of 100 meters higher, just so we get a pure winter image.
Yeah.
Because it's about 100 meters below this, it was very kind of bitty snow. It was melting.
Oh yeah.
And everything was just kind of messy. So I thought if I just go up to that plateau up there, I'll see what's there, and I'll see if we can try and get a cleaner shot. So.
This is just
Yeah.
We talked about leading lines and stuff again, and again it just leads you all the way into the image.
But there was something else, because on the bottom left you've got prints going through.
Yeah.
They're not mine, so it must have been some wild animal. I thought, do we clone them out, but to make it a pristine image? But I think it just tells a bit of a story leaving them.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So I just thought I'll keep them in just to kind of. They're not mine. No, mine are much bigger. Yeah, no.
You're right, though. It does add that, offers that element of, what's been here prior to me.
Yeah,
clearly, like I say, it's an animal, probably a deer or something. I don't know, but it just adds that mystery towards it, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a
So-
great area.
Oh, nice. I'll just stop sharing this at the time being. Obviously, you do a lot of mountain photography. For our listeners and viewers watching, what is the one tip you could give them if they're thinking about going up into the mountains?
I suppose if you don't quite get the conditions, don't be put off by going again. You should always just don't let the conditions deter you, because you'll have many a day where you might not get them. So you've just got to power through not getting the conditions to go again, and you will get rewarded.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
But I suppose probably the main one is just go over there and enjoy the walk, enjoy hiking, enjoy the views, enjoy looking around the scenery. Not even with your camera, just enjoy being there, and just take it all in, and then the pictures will soon follow. Just got
So there you go, Daniel.
you got to
Take
enjoy it,
notice.
Yeah.
Don't worry about not getting an image.
Yeah.
Came up with so the sailor came up with, see if we can remember it. Enjoy the mountains for what they are, not the light that hits them.
Yeah.
That's a great saying, isn't
Yeah,
it?
so just enjoy them in any conditions, basically.
Yeah.
And then you'll get you might want to go up in the bad weather and the light breaks through and you get some nice shots. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice one. So, Daniel, you got any more questions?
I'm up here.
Aside from Wales and Scotland, as we've touched on previously, is there anywhere else in the? We'll keep it UK based, as we're all like amateurs. Is there anywhere else in the UK that you haven't been to but you'd like to go to, and why?
Northumberland coast is on my radar. The only issue is it's sunrise every day, but it's got amazing castles. But you've got some beautiful rocks and rock formations on all the beaches up there. And it'd just be nice to go somewhere like completely different. And I think that'd be a great area to go. So I've seen some amazing shots from some photographers of the castles, but both of kind of like small intimate scenes as well.
Yeah.
So it'd just be good to test myself in that genre as well. So I am trying to do a bit more of that.
Trying different bits and bats.
Yeah, so with the intimate stuff, there's a lot more kind of failures than successes with that.
But when you get the success though,
yeah,
like the bokeh balls, it's going to be, oh, look at this.
Yeah, no, precisely.
You're looking a bit. I know you've just come home from work, are you?
So I'm just taking it all in. Yeah, I literally just got in from work. Like I haven't even got changed.
You want to go to that you're not been to if in the UK, in the world?
Oh, in the world?
Yeah.
UK, maybe East Anglia.
Oh, really?
East Anglia?
Yeah.
Right.
It's because off the top of my head, I don't know what's there for a start. I don't see much from there, as in like on YouTube or on social media. And I think it's very, very untouched. I don't know if there's a reason for that. If you're from that area, actually, if you're watching from the East Anglia area, let us know in the comments down below. Like, is there a reason we don't see much from there? I mean, personally, I don't know about you guys. Do you see much from that area?
Yeah, there's one or two people out do a bit round there. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see much.
Yeah.
Is there a few like boat wrecks?
Yeah, it's all boat wrecks and stuff like that down there. Yeah, and little harbours and stuff. But you mentioned worldwide, and I think Madeira's always been on my list.
Yeah.
Just for that fennel forest and the mountain ridges. Some of the images I've seen from there, it's stunning. But again, it's getting the right conditions.
Yeah, me and my friend Lee, we went. I think it might be 4 or even 5 years ago now.
Right.
I think it was just before. No, that was Finland. It was just before COVID. But I think I'd gone there too early. If that makes sense. Because I'd been doing photography for maybe a year, 8 months.
Ah, right. Yeah. So
I was still quite naive. And not quite where I am now. But then you look back at the images now, it's like, if I went with a bit more experience.
Yeah, if you go back, you'd do this, you'd do that.
Yeah, precisely.
Yeah. It's a nice learning curve, isn't it? That's one good thing with photography. It's a progression, always progressing, whatever you do.
Yeah, you're never the final product, are you?
No.
I mean, for me, you can't master photography. You can be good at it.
Yeah.
But you can't master it. I think even the professionals, they'll always learn. If they're honest, they're always going to learn. There's always something you can pick up, and whether it's your compositions or your editing process, you can always pick up new things. But actually, with mentioning editing there, what's your editing process? Is it quite intense or is it quite minimal?
I just tend to use Lightroom, really.
Nice.
Lightroom, and if the conditions are there for you, you don't need to do a lot, do you?
No,
you don't.
Like in the woods and the forest, if you've got the fog, sometimes the more you do to them, you're losing the natural.
You lose that natural atmosphere, then, don't you? The more
So try and
Big D does that, don't you, D? A lot of his work's back of the camera.
I stick it on computer and have a look, and that's it, done.
Yeah. I mean, I think, didn't you say in the previous podcast, I think it was, one of your images from your favourite from this year, you didn't even edit?
Nope.
Oh, really?
Them trees at Padley
Didn't
Gorge.
touch it. Yeah, didn't touch it.
Didn't touch it.
That's pretty cool, though. Like you said, the conditions were perfect.
Yeah.
And if you get another one, I'd imagine, if you get the white balance perfect in field,
then
you don't need to do a lot, because I don't know if you guys change white balances in field. I do it quite.
No. Yeah, it depends what I'm doing.
It's more. I'm quite lazy when it comes to white balance. I use auto.
Do you?
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll see a shot and I think, oh, that's not quite good, but I'll change the white balance and it's like, oh, that looks a bit better.
Yeah.
I mean, if I do go to auto, I'm round about the 3,600 Kelvin. I'm round about that area.
Yeah.
Depends, like I said, depends on the light.
Yeah. If I'm doing Astro, then I change the white balance to make it a bit cooler. I also changed it on Friday when we were in the woodland, because 9 times out of 10 I have it on auto, but the first image looked too warm. It was a really cool day on Friday. Yeah. So then I think I brought it down to about 4,000 Kelvin, something like that.
I think the cooler tones enhance the fog a bit more.
Yes, yeah, they do. They seem to. It seemed to, even though on a cooler white balance, it was getting more of the colour of the sun coming through as well.
Yeah.
So you're getting the blues and a touch of the orange from the sun. It was very, very light sun. There was nothing. It wasn't penetrating, but you could see the tones on the back of the camera.
Oh, lovely.
Which sort of helped.
Yeah.
So yeah. But 9 times out of 10, I have it on auto white balance.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
But so you mentioned. Go on, Dave. Sorry, go on.
You mentioned Astro before, Ellis. Do you still do quite a bit of Astro?
It's weird. I've not lost the desire for it, but I'm slowly preferring, like, good quality light and unique conditions, and I'm doing less and less of it. But that was my entry into photography, was because I wanted to do astrophotography.
Right.
Like I said, I'll bring his name, Alan Wallace. It was such a tragedy this year.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
With him, but he was a big inspiration for me.
Yeah, I think he was. I think he was the main guy I wanted for anyone that were into Astro.
Watching his videos from like the Brecon Beacons and stuff, we're just like, I want to go the next day and do it. So I used to do a lot of it at the start, but the editing's quite. If you want to get like a clean image, it can be quite intense. The editor,
so
it takes 10, 20 images for the sky, 10 for the foreground, stack them all, blend them.
Yeah.
And then it's I'll still do it occasionally, but it's supposed to be. Darren, you got a shot. Was it the Waits tree with the Aurora? That's a nice one.
Oh, Charlie Waits tree with that was the Aurora back in May last year.
Yeah, May, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the big one. Yeah.
Did you go? Did you both go? Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, Daz came with me. Yeah. What it was. I were on my way back from North East, and we'd come across Adrian's Wall and dropped into the Lake District, and I were with Mrs. and we sat at the Water Edge Inn at Ambleside, and all of a sudden my phone kept going ping, 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 and she's like, "Who's messaging you?" I went, "It's not that. It's all the Aurora alerts."
Lady Aurora,
yeah. And she just said, "Are you going?" I went, "I'm going to drop you off. I'm going to empty the van. I'm going straight back out." And that's what we did. And we spent 5 hours at Charlie's tree.
No, you got some.
It was just just mesmerising. It was just, I think it only took about 25, 30 images. And we just sat there and just watched it.
Yeah.
Oh, good, yeah.
But yeah,
You got the shots I've seen there were pretty cool. Were you two the only ones there?
There were two other photographers there.
Oh, were they?
They left just after midnight. And what time did we leave, Daz?
2, 3 o'clock, something like that. 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
No, but to fact, the shots that I've seen they paid off anyway.
We could just see it with the naked eye. You didn't need to have your camera. You just sat there and watched it.
Yeah. Like Ellis said before, I think sometimes you've got to put your camera away and just appreciate what's in front of you.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Whether it be Grand Vista or the Aurora or the coast, anything, I think it's just sometimes just put it away, even for an hour. Yeah. Just appreciate where you're at.
But it just kept on changing. It just kept on changing. So we'll go from one side of the tree to the other side of the tree and then back over again.
Yeah, it really was a sight to behold with that.
Yeah.
It's quite a dark area as well, isn't it? Is it the North Yorkshire Moors now?
It's Ribble Head's classed as a dark zone.
Dark zone, yeah.
So it's and so I must admit I've not seen a sky like it.
No.
Even without the aurora, if you got a Ribble Head in clear skies, the stars just seem so bright. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, then we got it again in October, didn't we? I think it was October.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
I was in
Which
Ogwen Valley for it.
Oh, nice.
I finished work and I flew straight up the. From work, it was about 50 minutes. So again, I'm so lucky to go there. But yeah, it kicked off.
Oh, you mentioned work there. Do you get a lot of time out to do your photography?
Well, being like the hospitality industry, it's predominantly Monday, Tuesdays I get off, and then so I'm like looking at the forecast a week and what's Monday and Tuesday looking like. So those are days off. Yeah, in the summer, if I'm doing a smaller shift and go after, but generally it's But I don't mind having the midweek days off really. Everywhere's a bit quieter and
a bit quieter. Yeah.
The midweek days I kind of appreciate. But yeah, time off's not too bad.
Oh, good.
Christmas was a bit busy, so I've not been out with my camera a lot, or even got any vlogs out. But I think going into January, I'll start doing a bit more again.
Yeah. Oh, nice one. And mentioned before earlier, what we'll do, we'll leave all Ellis's links in the description below. But yeah, go check out his YouTube channel because some of the videos when he's up in the mountains, they are absolutely stunning. And the inspiration that we hope you'll get from these, and just go give it a go. So yeah. Daniel, anything else?
Yeah, because I was just going to touch on the, like I say, we're all amateur photographers, but how do you balance, like you said, your work life, your personal life, your family life, your photography life? Is it how do you keep that well balanced?
So give myself one day. So one of the days will be with. So we've got 2 days off. Say 5 working, 1 day off with the family and stuff, doing stuff, jobs and house and stuff, and then I'll have 1 day of the 7 to strictly be out with my camera.
Nice.
So I try and give myself 1 day a week. If I get 2, that's great. If I get 3, brilliant. But it's just try and have 1 day a week. Which seems not a lot, but that's quite a lot for some people.
Yeah, it is.
But I play a lot of football as well, so in between I play football 5-a-side. I don't know if any of you guys have ever
used to.
I'm past my football days now.
Really?
My knees are shot out.
No more. My knees were like,
it's great to me as well, don't worry. So I managed to balance everything out pretty well.
It is tricky, isn't it? Like I said, we're all amateurs,
but I'm so my weeks off I can put towards going on trips.
Yeah.
So I'm lucky in that aspect. I know a lot of people get weeks off and they might have to do something else, or they've got other kind of stuff to do.
Yeah.
Whereas I can put my weeks off to the trips. So yeah, I don't really take that for granted because it's I'm pretty lucky with that.
Bracket, I'm in the same bracket.
We mentioned earlier about tips that you could give out to people for the mountains, but what's the best tip you have been given? Just in your photography, it don't have to be mountain related, or just a tip that sort of resonates with you when you're out with your photography?
I'll have to think about that one.
Ooh.
Yeah, tip of being given. Because people give you technical tips and stuff, don't they? And
yeah, they do. Yeah,
but I'm trying to think of one that's a bit more. I'm trying to think of.
We've got him.
Yeah, it might. I don't so much tips, more people who, with what they say, kind of inspire.
Yeah.
So Nick Livesey's more people's outlook. So Nick Livesey's outlook on the mountains is a great one to go by. Because he kind of loves the mountains for what they are. So it's more an outlook than a tip, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So the way he goes about his hiking,
totally makes sense.
It's a good way to do it because he just loves the hills for what they are.
Yeah. Nice. Oh, good. Well, then, peeps. I think that's it for this podcast. I think so. I think it's thank you very much, Ellis, for inspiring this audience to get into the mountains. It's just
No, I've enjoyed it. Yeah.
Great.
No,
and
really
I hope everyone's enjoyed the images that were shown from Ellis as well. If you want to check out any more of Ellis's images, you need to go check out his YouTube channel because I mean the images you produce and the content you produce on your YouTube channel, it deserves more credit than what.
No, I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm trying to put a bit of work.
It really does. So and again, if you've enjoyed this, please give your thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. What is it, Daniel? It's
what? Hang on.
What's it cost to subscribe?
Oh, $4.99, is it? I'll tell you what, we'll do it for free. We'll do it for free, okay?
Yeah.
This one time only. Get it while you can. It's for free.
There you go.
And it's $4.99.
Whoa.
Hey,
one job.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Moving forward in 2025, free subscription. Can't say fairer than that.
Well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you all on the next one.
Cheers.
Bye for now.
Thanks a lot.